Going to do a job today which is one of these log carriers. We're up in Bellingham. I'll show you where we are on the map. We're actually just in there, and we have this big log harvester that we need to take to Noodle. Now the GPS isn't working because we're not properly on a road yet, but we have a problem immediately at the start of this trip, and the question is where do we go? Both routes that we have, one is the visible one, the route up to where we got the job, which is a dirt track, and there's a couple of sharp hairpins. It's a narrow track. There's another one there, and the problem with that is this big log carrier is a big long trailer and we'll struggle to make it. The other option is the hidden road, which leaves from here, which is another single track road. There's a problem with that as well, as it's narrow, and the other problem is that by the time we get to the town, which I think is down here, or down to where this area is, we're going to have to cheat our way through it because the road is blocked. I don't think either way are easy ways to get down with this truck and trailer, but my tendency is to go on the hidden road and then just cheat our way through it if we can't bypass the barrier at Bellingham. So anyway, then we are heading down here and we're heading off into the ATMX Mexico map. Now Noodle is somewhere in there. I believe that's the name of the place we're going to. Where it is I don't know, because I don't have the GPS working and I can't remember where it is. So it's somewhere in there, so that's where we're going to head. So this is the thing that we've got, and a big Freightliner truck with our heavy duty tyres on it. And this thing will not make many sharp bends, I'm afraid. And the other problem I've got is I don't know what the road's like in Mexico, in ATMX Mexico, because if we end up on that, on the mountain roads, we could struggle hauling this thing up. So without further ado, I'm going to get the wheel ready. Disaster is going to follow, but we'll give it a go. And of course the other additional problem is the fact that my gear stick on my Driving Force GT doesn't work that great now. It's not reliable, and so I'm driving an automatic, which is never a good thing in terms of getting up grades. So we'll do as best we can, and we will head onto the hidden road. I think I've gone the wrong way straight away. I think it's behind us. That's a brilliant start. Get the what? Now I don't know where the hell I'm going. Hang on a minute. Where the hell do I go to get out of this bloody place? Was it that road there? Try to remember where I get out of this. Yeah, I think we've got to cheat past the barrier. I think that's what it is first of all, because we can't go that way either. So we're just going to have to spawn the truck past this and get the damn thing to do it. Hang on a minute. Right, Right, this is probably not the best idea. This thing's never going to make it round these bends, and it would never make it down the other road either, so... but I can't plug a standalone shifter into my wheel. Mine's is an old Logitech Driving Force GT wheel, which has got the gear stick as part of the steering wheel, if you remember. If you go and look at an image of it, the old Logitech Driving Force, you can't add a gear stick to this thing. It's already got one. Well, this is going to end up in serious trouble. I need to get right over here. Oh, is it a separate USB? I'll need to have a look at it. I don't think I've got enough USB ports though. But everything else on this steering wheel works okay, apart from a couple of the buttons are a bit dodgy and the gear stick's not reliable. Until it falls apart on me, I'm not going to get anything new. Oh dear, look at this. I don't think we'll make it. What time is it? Oh, we're losing daylight here. Get right over this side now. We are losing daylight rapidly here. So as you can see, we don't have anything shown on the map on the GPS. I take it this gear stick is an optional thing that you can buy for the Thrustmaster steering wheel as well then. What the hell is this? Oh, aye, right, we go left, that's what it is. We go left here. Taking it nice and easy. Got my lights on full beam. Right over the full width of the track here to get this damn thing round the corners. Can't see anything behind me. This is too tight. I'm going to hit a tree or something. I've got to, because this trailer's cutting right across the corner. Get right over as far as I dare. I'll just Google it because I can't hit the link in the chat here. But I'll have a look at it. Right, over this side now. Well, it won't be long now till the Colorado DLC's released. Maybe in the next couple of weeks. Again, the problem with these big trailers is that no matter what size of fuel tank you've got in your truck, it eats up the fuel. And the problem is, if we end up in some of these mountain roads on the Mexico map, we could run out of fuel. I've run out of fuel twice on one of the last trips I did trying to get out of the Mexico map. And that was a truck with a big fuel tank. Well, I'll just show you on the map here. There is the beta version. We've got the Australia map, the Outback map, which as far as I can see doesn't have a ferry going to it. So you have to spawn there, you have to cheat your way to get there. But the other map that we've got a part of this combination is the Alaska Ice Road, which is this one, and I haven't been to it yet. You can get a ferry to it, which is how I found a job in Bellingham, by the way. It's how I found this job. The connection you get is from, I'm trying to remember where, Everett. There is a ferry goes from Everett to Alaska, so if I can get a job, there you go, there you can see the lines going from there. So any jobs round about this area can take you to the ice road. I believe it's I mean, this is just in beta phase, so it's still to be expanded if he's going to expand it anymore, but I haven't been on it yet. But I'm going to do a stream once I do get a job that will take me there. I'll do that at some point. Meanwhile, trying to keep myself right over to the right hand side to make round this bend. GPS will pick up once we get back onto the normal road, and then we'll see actually where we're going, because I can't remember. I know it's called Noodles, which is a weird name. I had a Logitech G25, believe it or not, and I got rid of it. I had it for a few weeks before I got the Logitech driving force, and the whole reason I didn't like the G25 was because you had that separate gear stick that I'm never going to make it here. I'm never going to make it unless that truck gets out of the way. Yeah, I had a Logitech G25. I had it for a few weeks, and believe it or not, because I don't have room in front of my PC, I can't set a wheel up every time. And I also can't be bothered strapping a gear stick to my desk, which is what you had to do with the G25. You had to bolt it to the desk as well as bolt your steering wheel to the desk, and I don't have room to do that. So I had a rethink, and the Logitech Driving Force came out, which was all in one with the gear stick all attached, which I got for I principally got it for the PlayStation 3 to race the karts in Gran Turismo 5, I think it was, and it's been brilliant. And plus I also got the Wheel Stand Pro, and the Wheel Stand Pro, you bolt the steering wheel to it, and you know, once you're finished with it, you just push this, you lift the whole steering wheel out of the way, and that's it. You're in at your desk. You don't have to disconnect stuff and unbolt stuff and all of that crap. So this is I don't like the idea of having a separate gear stick. So it's unlikely that I'm going to, if this wheel failed on me tomorrow, it's unlikely that I'm going to get a Logitech wheel again, unless they have it with the gears all on board. Or I would just buy the new Logitech but without the optional gear stick and just use the paddles to change the gears. Easy enough to configure it for that. Now I'm trying to remember where I'm going here. Well, yeah, if you bolt it, if you've got the separate gear stick, you can bolt it onto the wheel stand. This Wheel Stand Pro is designed for the Logitech Driving Force. You don't need to have a separate part on it to bolt the gear stick. The gear stick is all joined into the steering wheel. Now we go left here. And this is still off the map. If I can find my way around the corner. That's the great thing about having the actual wheel stand. You just, I mean, I just leave my steering wheel plugged into the PC and just shift it out of the way. It takes 2 seconds to do, and it suits me fine. It gives me room to manoeuvre in front of the PC without having to shift the wheel all the time. You just lift the whole unit and that's it, gone. Right, we're coming up to the point where we're going to have to cheat our way. I'm trying to remember where to go now. I think we go right. Yeah, well, we'll have to, it's a blocked road. Now, we go left up here, and then we have to try and cross this barrier. If we can't do it, we'll just spawn our way past it. Right, here we go. Dead end up ahead once we get round this corner. Right, the GPS will pick up now. We've discovered Bellingham. But the other problem as well, you know, you're talking about that separate gear stick. The other problem with it is I'm sitting back from my desk using this Wheel Stand Pro, and that problem means it would have to lean right across to get to the gear stick, so I don't think that'll even help me. Let's see if we can get past this. Probably just go crunch. Oh, I think we're getting past it. I think we're okay. That's good. So it's letting us go through it. Right, let's have a quick look at the map now to see where we're going. So we're heading out of Bellingham. And this is Bellingham in Washington. Washington State, I think it is. Just on the border with Canada. And then we're heading south. Let's have a look. It's a bit twisty there. We should be fine, I think, though. And then we head on to the ATMX Mexico map. This is a fantasy map. Right, we've got to head down there to get on a ferry. Oh, can you? I didn't know that. Right, here's where the problems are. Yeah, we've got serious problems here and serious problems here. I don't think we'll make it, to be honest with you. We will not make this in one piece, I can guarantee you that, because that road is far too twisty to get this damn thing round. And then we've got another ferry connection to take us here, and then it's a short trip to there, to Noodle. That's the easy part. Getting from there to there's easy, but getting across this map is not going to be very good, especially in darkness. Oh, I never knew that either. Right, let's see how we go. I've discovered a recruitment agency. Where the hell am I going? Am I going the wrong way here? Wait a minute. Yes, I'm going. How come I'm going the wrong way? How did I end up doing that? I should have turned right. I'm too busy reading the chat.
Turn right.
212 gallons of fuel left. Watch how quick that gets down when we start going up mountain roads. This trailer's far too bloody long. What time is it? It's only 11 o'clock at night, so we've got a few hours before we see any daylight. Did you see that video I posted on Facebook?
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
shit, let us out mate. Bloody AI drivers. I'll get those links off the chat on Facebook. Oh shit. I'm gonna get into the weigh scale thing. Where the hell is it?
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Mine's all I know it's called the Wheel Stand Pro. I'm looking to see where the scales are. Where the hell are they gone? Oh, there they are.
Finding a new route.
That's the only name I've ever known it by, just the Wheel Stand Pro for the Logitech Driving Force GT. Don't forget my, I mean this steering wheel is a good age now. I mean it's what, 8, 9, 10 years old at least. And it's served me very well. It's only to be expected that wear and tear is going to catch up with it. And I've had this Wheel Stand Pro for about as long, because it wasn't long after I got the wheel that I decided I was going to get the Wheel Stand Pro for it. I think I'd already decided the stand before I got the wheel, to make it more convenient to get rid of the wheel when I'm not using it. Oh, this one is rock solid, I can assure you. And it's really solid. From the day I bolted it and set the angle of it and put the wheel on it and the pedals on it, it's never budged an inch. Nothing's ever came loose. The wheel's been attached to it from day one, and it's still attached. See, it's just the wear and tear part of the thing. The pedals and everything work fine. The steering works fine. It's just I've got every button on my wheel configured to certain functions within Euro Truck and American Truck, and a couple of them are a bit dodgy. And then, as I say, when I use the gear stick, if I use it in manual gears, it has a tendency to jump away up the gears, which is unreliable. You know, rather than going from second gear to fourth gear, it jumps up to 10th gear, and weird things like that happening. Just because the connections are worn. I think we better get a move on a wee bit here. Well, we've gone through the first difficult part, getting onto that main road down off the mountain track, and then this is all fairly straightforward, pretty much all freeway until we get right into the ATMX Mexico map, and then we hit the twisty roads again. .1 gallons left. What's the range saying? It's saying like 1400 miles. Well, that'll drop rapidly, so we'll need to keep an eye on the fuel tank, because the other thing is if you run out of fuel, like I did in the last job I did. I run out of fuel twice trying to get out of this ATMX Mexico map, and when you call the emergency fuel, the problem with that is it takes like an hour, it adds like an hour onto your clock, onto your journey, and I was way behind and finished late for the delivery. And because you're going that slow up these mountain roads, you're guzzling up the fuel, and you're miles and miles from the nearest fuel stop as well.
Keep left.
I think we're okay, yeah. Telling us to move over a lane, so we'll stay in the middle lane and see what happens.
Keep left.
Seattle's in Washington as well, so we're still in Washington State, I believe. I think we'll stay. Yeah, we'll stay in this lane. We don't need to go in this time, we've been given the bypass, thank God for that. .2:15 in the morning, but another 4 hours game time, we'll get a bit of daylight.
Keep left.
This is a great truck to drive. The only concern is I've driven, the last job I did was with a 700 horsepower truck and I still couldn't get up the mountain roads with the big trailer I had. That's what caused me to run out of fuel twice, being stuck and trying to rev the engine and find a gear that would work. But with automatic gears, you have to sort of pump the accelerator and use the brake just to try and get the truck going, and use the differential lock as well. Switch it on. What the hell lane I'm in? Right, there we go. Shouldn't be long now. I'm busy fidgeting about, that's why the truck's jumping all over the place. Of course, the other game I'm keeping an eye on is Alaskan Truck Driver on Steam. The devs in that put up screenshots every week. It's promising, but that's probably still a long way off before that game approaches any sort of release. But there's certain features in it are features that they should have in this game. You know, you have to go and buy food. You're on the road, so you have to go and actually not only take a break but buy food. You could be on the road and you could have a breakdown which you need to try and fix yourself. If you have a puncture, you have to change your wheel. It's a bit more. There's a bit more to it in terms of what it's promising to offer than what Euro Truck and American Truck have. But again, the proof of the pudding, as they say, is once you get to try it. And now we've got another problem. We need to find a rest stop, so we're going to miss half the day. And we're just driven past the rest stop there, but that's heading down off the main highway. We don't want to go there. Right, what's going on here? Already down to 170 odd gallons, and that's us not in any mountain roads yet. Is my Driving Force GT Omega brand? What does that mean? I've never heard of that question before. I mean, if you Google or if you go to YouTube and put Logitech Driving Force GT, you'll see the old wheel. You might see videos of the new version of it, but mine's is the old one, which is which has specifically got the Gran Turismo logo on the horn button in the middle of the wheel. You know, the Gran Turismo logo, the GT. It was launched in conjunction with Gran Turismo. But I don't know what this Omega thing means. Oh, the wheel stand, I haven't a clue, mate. I have not got a clue. I mean, I don't ever recall reading that when I got it. It just came in a plain brown box with the assembly instructions, and I don't ever remember hearing anything called Omega. But there's bound to be old pictures of it on the net. But as I say, we're talking about something that's at least 8, 9, possibly 10 years old, remember. So there'll be loads of new versions of Wheel Stand Pros have come out since then. Well, the other thing to think about is that the inbuilt gear shift on this Driving Force GT is on your right hand side, and it juts out a wee bit to start with, and the metal pole that is holding the steering wheel, that the steering wheel is bolted to, it's right between my left and right legs. It's right in the middle. So this wheel stand, this bracket thing you're talking about, the gear stick, is going to have to attach underneath that, underneath the actual steering wheel, and stick out a good bit if it was to be operable, if you were actually able to get to it. I'll have a look at the pictures. In fact, I honestly don't think I'm going to finish this trip, because it's 2,500 odd miles, and a good section of it is going to be very slow. And I'm already struggling to find somewhere to take a rest stop here, so we could have problems straight away. Right, it's telling us to go over to the right here. 50 mile an hour speed limit. Now Portland's in Oregon, so Portland, Oregon we're in now. I don't know why it's telling us to stay to the inside lane, because this is an exit lane, I think.
Keep left.
Yeah, now it's telling us to go left. What was the point in that? Well, daylight is just around the corner, and I'm in falling asleep mode here at the wheel, so unless there's a rest stop comes pretty sharpish, we're in trouble. And then by the time we have a rest, which is going to be 8 or 9 hours, we're going to lose most of the bloody daylight. We're going to end up driving through the night again, which you don't want to be doing on these mountain roads. Now it's telling us to go over to the right again, so we'll do as we're told. We'll go over to the right. Get the big beams on. And this fuel is going to be flying down. Just got to keep an eye on it. But no doubt this is a beautiful bridge with a beautiful view that we're going over, but we ain't going to see it. Well, you can hear me yawning for a start. You can hear my driver yawning. Plus, if you look at the top of the screen, just above the map, you can see the little bed is turned red, which is telling me I need to take a rest stop. I mean, you can drive without the fatigue simulation on, but I'd rather have it on, because it obviously forces you to find a place to take a rest stop and use up your hours. I think that's the rain coming on as well. Yeah, certainly looks like it. And you're getting a message pop up on the screen all the time telling you to take a rest, and then if you don't, at a certain point, which isn't far away, you'll start dozing at the wheel, which means you've got no control over the steering wheel, you've got no control over the brakes, and if you're heading round a bend, you'll head straight into a barrier or off a cliff or into a truck or another vehicle. And as you can see, along this road so far, there is nowhere to take a rest stop. There's not any truck stops that we're approaching by the look of it. There, he's done it again. You look in the bottom left hand side of the screen, you can see my little computer that tells me how many gallons of fuel I've got and how many miles range I've got. I've got a good bit of mileage, but that really drops down when you're going up hills, because you're eating up the gas.
Keep left.
Now we're in the wrong lane. We've got a thunderstorm coming in. Now what I probably should have done there was drive off the road there. In fact, hang on a minute. Let's do this. That's probably the best thing to do. Get this thing to work. Hang on a minute. Sometimes the best thing to do is to detach the trailer to find the proper parking spot, because sometimes with the trailers it doesn't. Right, there we go. Found it now. So we'll take the rest. What time is it? Can't see the clocks. At 10 or 6 in the afternoon. I think it is. Right, we'll spawn the trailer again and then try to get out of this damn place. Put the wipers off, we don't need them. Put the lights down, we don't need them. And then find a way out of this place. I think it's out here. Are we going to make it round the bend? The size of this bloody thing. This is why it's scary to drive this thing on these mountain roads. It's a bit misty. It's late in the afternoon. What's that? 4:30 or something. we'll never make it round here.
Get ready to turn right.
So we'll head back onto the freeway, I think.
Turn right.
Now, for some strange reason in America, when you're at red lights and you're turning right, if there's nothing coming, you can go through the red light. Now the traffic starts to move.
Right, and then turn right. Turn right.
$150 gallons left. Right, it should be plain sailing for the next couple of 100 miles. Well, you've got to remember, if you type something on Facebook, for example, right, you've got to remember how this system works. I'm connected up to Restream, which is that website that allows you to stream to multiple platforms. And what it does is it amalgamates the chat from all your sources. In this case, all my sources are Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. And so when you type something on Facebook, that then combined with the delay of the stream going to Restream and then being fed out back to Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, it then feeds out not only the image but the chat that has come in. So there'll be that delay on the chat appearing. But in terms of the delay of me driving the truck and you seeing what's happening, the delay won't be any more than a number of seconds, or at least it shouldn't be. Yeah, it's quite misty. Now what we're looking for now is a fuel stop, an actual proper truck stop where you can get the thing this size in to get it fueled, no problem. We don't want to be trying to get into a roadside fuel station because they're far too tight to manoeuvre a truck this size with this trailer. But you really get the sense that you're hauling something heavy because the truck handles totally differently when you've got one of these huge trailers on board. let's see where we are. How far have we got to go? We can't have that far to get onto the turn off. Well, actual fact, there is quite a wee bit to go yet. Now, in fact, let's look and see if we can find a fuel stop. That's the more important thing. Right, nothing there, nothing there. That's a rest stop, but there's no fuel. That might be one of these view. Oh no, that's the weigh scale thing again. It might tell us to go in there to weigh the truck again. There's a rest stop there. The problem with that again is there's a lot of manoeuvring involved to get there. There's fuel in that one, but it's the wrong. That might be the one we'll have to go to. I think it's the first one we're going to come to, and then find our way back out the damn place. Right. Don't want to get into any of these bends too quick, because if we have to turn sharp into a bend, this thing will tip over. It's very top heavy. We're losing the sun already. It's going away. Now that's that rest stop in there, which is not the one we want. That setting sun, it looks as if there's like a huge forest fire up ahead, the way the sky's glowing. Oh, I've got a bypass, good, thank God for that. There's no fuel in those way stations. Down to 129 gallons left. There we are, we're in darkness. As quick as that. Mind you, I've got enough lights in my truck to light up a small town. Always like to have plenty of lights. And it's so easy when you're driving this truck and trailer this size that you totally forget the length of the bloody thing. Now, that's the resting place up ahead. That was a sign there for it, so we don't need a rest, but we need to get a fuel top up, so we'll see if we can find our way around this place.
Recomputing.
Now,
Keep left, and then turn left.
that's trucks going back out onto the freeway, I think.
Turn left.
And that's telling me to go on now. Now is that saying fuel that way? Right, so I need to go left. I'm in the wrong lane. Trouble with these things is they're like one-way systems and stuff like that. Hopefully I'm going the right way. I haven't a clue. I'm just following the sign. Right, now that looks like the fuel station up ahead. In there somewhere. Oh shit, there it is. Right. Now, how the hell are we going to turn this thing?
Keep right, and then turn right.
Hopefully this thing's going to fit under. That's the other thing you need to watch out for, is if you've got enough headroom to get this thing under this. Anyway, we'll top it up. Well, this is going to be a bit of a squeeze. Right, that is us now full. Let's see if we can make it through here. Now, what the hell way do we go? I think the arrows are pointing ahead, so we'll go this way. Is that an arrow in the road? Yeah, but it's showing us to go this way, so hopefully we can find a way out from here. Although I'm not that convinced that I'm going the right way, because this is a dead end. See if we can get turned up here. Haven't a clue what's next to me. I could be driving into a truck for all I know it. Well, there's a trailer there sticking out, so I guess we'll head this way and hope for the best. I have not got a foggiest idea where I'm going. I'm just hoping there's a gap up here we can go through. Oh, there's something there. That's the resting places. That arrow's pointing that way, so I think we're onto a good thing here. Now where? Well, there's cars there. And it's telling us to go right, so I think we're back on. We're back on track. We might as well jump out when we get the chance.
Turn right.
Straight back onto the freeway, that'll do it. That was painless. Big turning circle. So it's 9:40 at night. Put the cruise control on, that'll control the brakes. Keeps us at a steady pace going down this drop.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Get ready to turn right. Turn right. go straight on.
That looks like big redwoods, the big trees there, big giant sequoias, some of them. Yeah, they're certainly big looking beasts, those trees. Dawn's just going to be braking again when we have to take another rest stop. And we'll lose the most of the daylight again. I wonder if I dare try and pass him. Hopefully this road doesn't narrow again. This is where we turn
Keep right, and then turn right.
onto the ATMX Mexico map. And of course, just at the right time,
Turn right.
we need to find a resting place again. Just at the break of dawn.
Get ready to turn left.
This is a busy junction. Straight across the
Turn
freeway. need to get the foot down.
Go straight on.
Dawn just beginning to break now. We'll be heading to bed if we can find a resting place. Right, come on. This is a weird part of this map because you're going at 19 miles an hour here, and then the speed limit goes up to 70 again, but the AI are still driving at 19 miles an hour for a period of time. I don't know how that happens.
Go straight on.
We need to move. We need to get this guy to pull in out of the way so we can get past him. Move yourself. Now we're up to 70, and they're all still going at 90 miles an hour.
Go straight on.
Do a quick detour in here. I don't know whether this will be any good.
Reroute.
Now, can we get into this place? In fact, is there a way in? I think that's it there. What the hell have I hit there? Oh, we didn't make the turn. That's what it is. Good morning. I'm just trying to wreck this bloody truck and trailer.
Finding a new route.
Oh, this is one of the bus depots where if you use the bus mod with this, you can drive a bus in it. Now, where the hell's the bit to get repaired? Right, the secret to this is when you've got a big trailer like this, the best thing to do is to dump it rather than trying to park it up and find a resting spot. So what I normally do is this. Dump it there and then head on to see if we can find the parking spot to rest up. Now where the hell are we going here? Are we going to... Am I actually in even the right place? I don't think I am. I think I should have went further up. I've cocked this right up. Yeah, it's next door. And I don't think there's any way through here. Let's have a look. That's not a gate through, is it? Oh, it is. Ah, there we go. Right, well, we'll get fuel. And, what the hell's... Let's have a look at this. That fuel symbol's in the wrong place. Yeah, they've cocked that up. Look. The fuel symbol's right in where the bloody... You can't get the truck in to fill it. Well, what a stupid mistake that is. I mean, they should be in the middle here like that. Or out there like that. But not right in the middle of that where you can't bloody go near it. Right. Now. So, forget that idea. We'll get up and get the repair done to the truck. And we're going to start falling asleep here. Ah, right. Get that done. Now we've got a problem, because I don't think there's a... This is a bus station, so there's no resting place in it, I don't think. Let's have a look at the map. Nope, that's just the bus depot. Can't get fuel. Oh, the blonde. Oh, that's some hitchhiker I picked up. She hasn't said a word since I picked her up. Right, it's there I want to go. Right. Right, so I need to come out of this damn place, find my way out, get in there, because that's the truck, that's a Kenworth, or I think it is, Kenworth garage, so we can go there, and there should be a resting spot in there. So much for getting fuel before we go into these possible mountain roads. There's fuel there, so we're okay with that. We've got fuel ahead. So we want to top up first of all. Right, so... Let's get back out of this place. There she is. Now she's like one of these expensive rubber dolls that you buy from Japan and just sit them in the passenger seat. She sits there like a zombie, doesn't say a word. Yeah, I know I'm getting tired. Right. Now, where the hell did I dump the trailer? try in here. I've totally forgotten where the trailer is. Where the hell is it? And we're driving over bits that we shouldn't be driving over. It's so bloody confusing. Where the hell is it? I don't even see it flashing in the map. Oh, I think it's away over to the left, right round here. Am I not just going in bloody circles here? Ah, there it is. Right now. Right, rather than attach it, we'll just cheat. And we just cheat by doing that and respawning the truck. Right. We're going to have to disconnect this trailer again in a minute. Right, let's see if we can get round the corner this time without smacking the trailer.
Turn left.
Now we're not turning left, we're going right.
Rerouting.
Right, so now I think I should have went up that way. Where the hell is this bloody... Where's this repair bit? There, it's there. How would I have got in there? Right, hang on a minute. Right, so we'll do this. We'll disconnect the trailer again. We've now discovered the Kenworth dealer.
Finding a new route.
Now, up here, and if we can get parked in here, we can take a rest. Get that sorted out. There we go. So it's early morning, it'll be late afternoon by the time we get back on the road. Yeah, well, it's might as well say early evening. No, not in this map, they're not. It's a fantasy map because it's actually out in the Pacific. If you look at the maps, most of this here, I mean all of this here, the Canada Dream map, this is all the coast to coast map with other bits of maps put in it. You've got the Mexico map, Mexico Extremo, Chihuahua, all down here, and the original maps that come with the game. But this here out into the Pacific is all the fantasy map. Still made by the same team that make the Mexico map, I think, because it's got very similar roads. So we're heading into here, or we're already in here, but we've got a difficult bit to come on these mountain roads with this bloody huge trailer. But all the rest of the map is all genuine place names, because obviously it's the States, it's the United States of America. Right, so that's us good to go.
Turn right.
In fact, now what should I do? Should I turn right like she's saying? I think I'll do that. Just cut to the chase rather than taking the time to hitch it up. Let's go. Right, so we're still looking for a top up of fuel. We'll need that before, if we are going to end up in these mountain roads, we'll need a top up, because if I get stuck, that's going to just swallow the fuel. And then of course we're going to end up doing it in bloody darkness as well, which is even more scary.
Get ready to turn left.
Now what's that up ahead? Is that a fuel station? Look at the map.
Turn left.
Desperate to find this fuel stop. Well, there's one on the main route anyway, isn't there? That's what I said. There's one up here, so we're fine. We don't need to panic. Look at the size of this thing. I think it's articulated in 3 places, so you cannot reverse with it. It's like a bloody jigsaw puzzle trying to drive with this thing. A huge turning circle it's got. Right, we've got 1900 miles to go. Well, a fair chunk of that is going to be done by ferry, so it's not quite as long as we think it is. There's like 2 ferry trips we've got to take. Oh, I went through a red light there, by the way. So that mileage should come down a fair chunk. But I do not like driving these bloody dodgy roads at night time. Oh, we're gonna have to make a wide berth to get past him there. Now we're back on the freeway right now.
Turn right.
Right, so next stop is a fuel stop, and then we can head on. Try and get this thing there in more or less one piece. That's the street lights went on. Right now. Now this is a bit of a dodgy section I think coming up. I think this road gets a wee bit twisty, and the problem with that is I need to take a wide berth to get around some of these bends, and you've got idiots trying to overtake you in the outside lane there. There's like one right now trying to overtake, and I've got to take the full width of the road to get this thing round some of these bends up ahead here. And all the time the AI drivers don't give a shit, they just want to get past you. That looks as if it's a big hole, but it's actually the water in the sky reflected off it. Shouldn't be far down to get to this fuel stop. Can't be far to go. And it's right on the freeway. It's I think it's a truck stop, so we should be able to get in and out no problem, he says confidently. Right, now, where the hell do we go? That's the weigh scale, so we don't want that. Ah, right, we need to go wide. That's what we need to do. We need to go here, so that we can get in and get out of this thing. And there's a truck getting refueled at the moment, and that one, that's the one we're going to go into. Right. So this may well be the last fuel stop for quite a while. Right. So you've got to watch out for trucks actually just driving through this thing. This isn't the main road here, this is just trucks driving through. So you just pull out, you can go straight into one. That's the main road up ahead. And now the AI is going to sit for 20 minutes and think about when he's going to decide to go out. Now if I was in a smaller trailer, I'd probably sneak up his inside there and get past him. Don't see any headlights in my rear view mirror, so I think we're okay. Right. Need to make up some lost time. 10 at what time's that? Is that 7 at night? Let's get this big beast moving.
Go straight on.
Now hopefully I'm not driving on the same road or up to the point where there's a bug, there's a placement problem that's been on this map for a long time. It's never been fixed. One of these big overhead things, see that the big square thing going over across the road there, it's actually placed in the wrong place, and the AI vehicles can drive straight through it, but I found out to my cost that we can't. If you drive straight onto it, you'll crunch straight into the big metal pole that's sticking in the road that shouldn't be there, and it's on this inside lane, so we need to be careful of that. But we might not be driving as far as that. I can't remember whether we are or we aren't, but it's always something to be aware of. You're far safer staying in the outside lane. Yeah, like this overhead sign here, that big square thing that goes over the road, it's in the wrong spot up ahead. But whether it's way far ahead, I don't know. No, I'm afraid we are well away from Ohio, mate. No, I'm using I'm using a Logitech Driving Force GT wheel. I'll tell you, see if anybody's ever going to get this game. You never use a keyboard and mouse. You never use a gamepad. You've got to use a steering wheel. It makes the game far more enjoyable, and you've got far better control in this, and you know, you can move the truck and corner it a lot smoother. It's none of that jerky stuff that you get with gamepads. You just don't get the same enjoyment. But there are guys driving this with a keyboard and mouse, you know, just using the mouse to actually steer the truck. But the day they ever try a steering wheel will be the day they will never ever go back to a gamepad. Now, I hasten to add something here to that point. I've got Formula 1 2020, and I drive that game far better with the gamepad than I do with the steering wheel, for the simple reason that I can't be bothered spending the time to set up the wheel properly. The game recognises the wheel and everything, there's no problem, and you know, but actually setting it up and taking the time to go properly through the setup process to reduce the force feedback and all of that stuff, I cannot be bothered with it. And I can actually drive faster speeds, faster laps using the Xbox game controller in that game. I'm in pole position at the Abu Dhabi F1 circuit, which I completed the qualification yesterday, and I'm on pole position. Now again, I am not a racer. This is the road I'm talking about. This is where you have to take the width of the road here to get this thing round the corners, and the AI keep wanting to overtake you. I cannot cut that corner or I'll wreck the trailer. I've got to get out to the outside and stop them overtaking me. Unfortunately, my trailer's long enough to stop them coming up the inside. And I've actually managed to. I mean, I've got the F1 game set up so that if I get a good clean lap, I am in contention in the grid. I haven't got it in complete numpty mode, but I've got it. I don't have any of the assists on, I don't think. But I certainly I've tweaked down the AI to make it fair to me to actually be competitive. I'm driving a Ferrari. I didn't choose I didn't choose the Mercedes, and I'm going through the process of improving my car and doing all that stuff. I mean, an actual Grand Prix itself, because I play it full on, I mean, I don't do 4-lap Grand Prix, I do the full bloody Boona. So the proper qualification as well. So you've got the practice days, and then you've got the qualification sessions to go through.
Straight on.
So I completed all of that yesterday for the second race. I finished 4th in the first race at Australia, and the reason I finished 4th is because I mistimed a tyre change, and I hung on and I hung on and I hung on to see if I could finish, but I was losing time all the time, and I eventually had to pull in for a pit stop, and I managed to get back to 4th spot. Now this is where the fun begins in this map. Trying to haul I don't know what the weight of this trailer is, but it is not light, and this is the problem you have with this trailer and the fuel. The fuel is going to get eaten away rapidly going up and down these roads. You know, I mean, the best racing I've ever had is in karts. That was the most fun I've ever had in a racing game. And Project Cars, I've still got it. I don't play it now, but I mean, Project Cars, I never drove any of the cars in the game when I got it. I only ever went into the karts. But as I said previously in another stream, do not get Project Cars 3. It's the biggest waste of time I've ever seen. It is completely aimed at those with controllers and completely aimed at the arcade market. It has ruined the franchise. I mean, you would have thought they would have progressed the game the way they've done with F1, but they've made it an absolute pile of shit. I advise anybody not to waste any money on it, because I mean, I downloaded it. Mine fell off the back of a lorry and I tested it, and I gave it 20 minutes and that was it. Binned, gone, never to go near again. Which clearly tells you that these guys that are making that game, they're not in it to keep the punters happy. They're just in it to rake in as much money as they can, and not actually progress the game to any level. You had Project Cars 1, which had its problems, Project Cars 2, which hoped to improve the problems, and then straight down the shitter with Project Cars 3. And I can guarantee you there'll be people never going near that in droves. They'll stick with Project Cars 1 and 2, never touch it again. There's also another pool game out that I mentioned the other day as well, Brunswick Pro Billiards, which is on Steam. It's about 13 quid, and I thought, well, if it's 13 quid, there has to be something missing in it. And then when you look at the game, it's only got 2 games. It's got 8 ball and 9 ball, and then like a challenge mode thing, which is all single player. There is a multiplayer thing, but I mean, it's so tacky to have a pool game with just 2 games in it. But the kids will love it on Xbox.
Right. And then continue straight on.
Right, we're exiting the road here.
Go straight on.
We're heading to get the first ferry. I was thinking of making a couple of little tips videos for like new players in Virtual Pool 4. Just something I was going to record as is and then just upload it to my channel. Just a couple of things. you say you're still learning VP4, I mean, there's me and there's a lot of other guys. I mean, guys like Larry and Albinario. I mean, we are 3 of the oldest players in terms of been playing the virtual pool games. We've been at it for years, and I mean, it's a game you're always going to learn. But what I would say to you, Arsonist, if you play the game, if you play any game in real life, whether it be pool or snooker or whatever, and it depends on what your level of knowledge is of actually playing the game and moving the cue ball, because you can bring all of that to Virtual Pool 4. You can bring all of that to Virtual Pool 4. But if you don't have that knowledge, then it's all down to a question of whether you want to learn. And the way you'll learn is by going into a room and watching these guys play. If you watch my streams, what I try to do is to let give players an idea of what the player's trying to do, and particularly what he's trying to do with the cue ball. And I hope that helps. If some players watch and are prepared to, I don't get it right all the time, but most of the time I've got an idea of what they're maybe thinking or what they're trying to do. And if you learn those things and how to manoeuvre the cue ball, you'll enjoy the game a lot more. You'll become a lot more competitive. Don't try and run before you can walk. That's my advice. Make sure you've got your mouse dialed in. That's the most important thing of all. And spend time. I mean, the simple way to set your mouse up, and I do it all the time, which is fine if you play snooker. If you play snooker, the best way to get your mouse dialed in is just to actually keep breaking the balls.
Go straight on.
All you do is set up the rack and break the balls, and the idea is to break properly. Oh shit, I went the wrong way, I've been too busy talking. Wait a wee minute. Is to break properly and try and get that cue ball down into the ball cushion. Right, see you later. And if you can do that regularly and do it by tweaking your mouse, adjusting the sensitivity and stuff like that, then you'll have a better touch straight away. Let's see where I can bloody spawn this truck. Too busy chatting away. Well, I spoke to Cobra this morning. He was in a challenge room with a couple of the guys, and I just went in and I asked him if anything had been arranged yet. And the problem is, according to Cobra, neither the two of them are having problems because of work commitments. The deadline is Friday night, 7 o'clock British summer time, and Cobra sent a proposal for 9 AM on Friday morning, and also for 7 PM on Friday night. So it's going to be one of the two of them. I'll try and have a word with Albinario on Facebook later on today and see if he's made a decision. But it's got to be by the deadline on Friday night, so I'll be there for it anyway. That's the latest news I've got on that score. Right, now let's have a quick look at the map and see how far we've got to go to get to the ferry, because I think it's still quite a wee bit yet. Oh no, it's up there and around the corner. So then we get the ferry from there, which takes us all the way across to here. Now, I'll tell you something straight away. This is a dodgy part of the road, if I remember right. This is a mountain track, and I'm going to probably get stuck there. and I could run out of fuel there, being stuck. If I remember this route, I've been on it recently, and I think this is where we could get stuck, because this trailer is longer than the last trailer I took along this route. You can tell it's a fantasy map. Look at the big inflatable models. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, is this the one where about 3 or 4 trains come at the one time and you're sat here for 20 minutes waiting to go across? Sometimes the barrier goes up and you're just about to drive across it, and then the barrier comes down again. And I think I got so bored waiting one time I just spawned the other side of it. So that's 2 trains so far. One going right, one going left. And if the barrier goes up, we're going to have to be quick, because I'm pretty certain the bell may start ringing again for the barrier to come back down. Right, there's train number 3. Double deckers they are. Well, you will never regret ever getting a steering wheel for it. But as I was saying earlier, if you're going to put the expense into getting a steering wheel, then get yourself a wheel stand like I did, because that way you can have the wheel set up permanently, and then when you're not using it, when you're finished with the game, you just shove the wheel stand out the way with the whole wheel on it and everything. But you would really, really enjoy driving in the game with a steering wheel. I was exactly the same as you for years and years and years. I only ever used a gamepad for any driving games that I got. But when I got the PlayStation 3, how many trains is that now? About 6. When I got the PlayStation 3 years ago, I got it specifically for Gran Turismo 5. And I decided then I was going to get a wheel for it, and it was the best decision ever made. And the Driving Force GT wheel works perfectly with Euro Truck and American Truck. Now watch this, see if we can get across before the bloody bell starts ringing again. We've made it. There we go, it's ringing again, you hear that? So you've barely got 30 seconds to get across that track there, and the barriers come down again for about another 10 minutes. Yeah, it's very easy to get disgruntled with a driving game like this when you're poking about with a mouse and a keyboard. It spoils any enjoyment you're ever going to get from the game by using that keyboard and mouse. You'd go on better probably with the Xbox controller, but you still will not get the same touch and feel for the driving. You won't get the smooth cornering that you get with a steering wheel. Everything will be jerky. Try as you might, you will never get it to be like smooth driving. And if you look at the steering wheel in the truck, you look at how quick it reacts to me just turning the steering wheel that I'm using. You know, it's instant. It's, you know, proper control over the truck. Yeah, PlayStation controller. There's a file you can download so that your PC recognises the PlayStation controller as well. I tried that a few years back, and it basically confuses the computer into thinking you've got an Xbox controller, but in reality you're using a PlayStation controller. It works fine. No, unless I've updated that program, but that's what it worked like years ago when I tested it. Now we're coming to one of these one-horse towns, which is basically just a crossroads.
Go straight on.
Red lights. Right, so we're not quite at the ferry port yet, but we've got 1,400 miles to go, I think that says. Or is it 1,600? I can't see it, I'm sitting too far back. I think it's 1,600 odd. That chunk will come off once we complete the first ferry trip.
Get ready to turn right.
I don't care how many AI drivers are blind with my truck lights, but I want to see where I'm going. Well, that was handy. Now, can we get round here without taking a lamppost with us? Nice and wide. Now, still got just over 200 gallons of fuel.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
What time is it? 1:48 in the morning. Well, I don't know how long the ferry trip will take, but it might be darkness again by the time we get off the boat. We might never see daylight again in this trip. But I definitely can sense problems ahead if we're going the same single track dirt road that we're going to go on. If that's the one we're going on, we're going to really struggle to get up it with this truck. It's got 200 less horsepower than the last truck that I was using, with a smaller trailer than this. Right, now this is tight as well. You take it wide to get through these gates here if there is. Yeah, there is. I think we drive right up to the top and turn round. Well, it's not actually there's not actually a ferry at this point. It's actually just like a road tunnel symbol, but it's actually a ferry you're supposed to be taking. It's not like some parts of the map where you actually drive onto a ferry. There it is up there. And I think as well that when it respawns you're actually facing round the wrong way. when the truck respawns at the next location. Right. So that's where we're going there. But now the fact that we're using the ferry means that we'll actually recover our fatigue status a wee bit. Right, now you see the problem here. We've landed at this ferry and if we just drive, we're going to drive straight into the sea. And there's no way on this earth that you can get this damn thing reversed out. So the best thing to do is just cheat your way out and spawn the truck. And then hopefully find your way out of the place. What time is it? 8:46 in the morning. So what was that, about 4 or 5 hours the trip must have been? And we're into a storm. This is quite a good effect, this bridge. If you look at this bridge, it's like a mesh metal gridded bridge that you're going to cross. I don't think I've ever seen that in any other maps. We're going to have to go on the wrong side of the road here to get turned as well.
Turn right.
Just to give us plenty of room to get around the corner. Well, this is the next interesting part of the trip. There we go, green light. I think that's the rain off. That was quick. Oh no, it isn't. No, still a flash of lightning in there. This is where the road's flooded. Yeah, there we go. We didn't lose that many miles. We've still got 1,600 miles to go. I thought I would have taken a chunk off the mileage. I think it was only about a 20-mile ferry trip. I'm assuming he's waiting at the traffic lights in front of us, rather than being abandoned and parked here. nasty weather going on. Well, you're going to get thunderstorms going through the mountains. And we need to slow it down a wee bit here. We're going a wee bit too fast. There's another one or two of these bumpy bits up ahead. Well, I suppose the good thing is we're getting a wee bit of daylight once this thunderstorm clears away, hopefully. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get fuel as much as I shouldn't because you can't get the damn truck in here. I'm going to risk it though. Just going to top her up. Now there's a problem getting back out. See the spray coming off the tyres on the truck. That's the brutal realistic graphic and weather mod, plus the realistic thunder and lightning mod as well. Well, I think it's it looks as if it's brightening up a wee bit. So we've got a full fuel tank, I should say, ready for the perils ahead. Now that's the annoying thing there, like the low resolution hillside there. Now here we go. This is what starts eating into the fuel. Well, the rain has stopped. Getting a wee bit brighter.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Oh, too busy looking at the landscape there. That was close. Now here's where the problems start. Getting this thing round these corners without hitting anything and without sustaining too much damage. And this is where the fuel suddenly disappears, doing all of this stuff. We're still okay, but a good hour of this will empty the fuel tank. Thank God we're doing this in daylight at the moment. This might not be the dirt road I was thinking about, which is actually a bonus if it turns out to be the case, because it's tougher than this.
Ready to turn right. Turn right.
Oh, red light, we can still turn. Hopefully nothing's coming.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right. Ready to turn left. Turn left. ready to turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Let's have a quick look at the map, see where we are in relation to this next ferry port. Ah, well, wait a minute. Yeah, this is a scary part. So we'll get around here, round the corner and up there till we get to the ferry port. But that looks that looks a bit challenging, to say the least, to get there. And then once we do that, it should be another big chunk off the mileage, and we haven't got far to go. So the most challenging bit might be the bit just to come. giving you the impression it's like quite humid outside, looking at the sort of misty and it's not clear blue skies. Stay in this lane. Ah, wait a minute, there's the problem. That's the one I'm talking about, that one there. I've crunched into that before. That's the big pillar I was talking about. It just catches you out where that's placed. Well, like I say, I wouldn't have a Logitech wheel anymore because they're separate gear sticks. That's what I don't have the room for. I've hit that metal pole twice coming along this road because every time I've come along this road it's been at night, and the next thing you know there's a bloody pole right in front of you. Now you see the mistiness is beginning to go there. There's the railway line. Never noticed that before because I've always been in darkness. Right, well, stick with us guys because the fun and games is going to really start in this next section before we get to the ferry. I can't see me getting through this without damage, or any more damage than I've already got. The damage that I do have will just be wear and tear damage, yeah. That'll just be tyres in the trailer. But there might be genuine damage about to come, depending on how this road shapes out. We're down to a single lane now. What the hell have I hit there now? See, even in that slight bend, if you just lose your concentration and you don't take it wide enough, that's what can happen. This big logger thing in the back of the truck, it just catches the barrier. Right, so we'll spawn it there. You just forget how long this bloody thing is. Oh, there's a train. Now, bottom left hand corner of the screen, I've got what? 209 gallons of fuel there. Right, I'm going to take this wide. Watch how that dwindles when I start climbing up these roads. You got a head of steam up here to make this one. Oh, I don't like the colour of the sky over there, that's not looking good. That's looking very nasty over there. A wee bit of optimisation needing done on this bit of the map as well. Getting a wee bit of choppiness here and there. Yeah, it looks as if we're heading into a monsoon. Might not come to anything, but it does not look nice. Now, I know what we'll do.
Finding a new route.
I'll just fill her up when I've got the bloody chance, just to be safe. Oh Jesus, what the hell's happened here? Hang on a minute. Why are you fixing the bloody car there, for Christ's sake? Well, you're not fixing that, that's a crash. How am I going to get out of here? Look how much room I've got to bloody drive out of here. Jesus Christ. Right, there's a crash barrier there on the right. I'm going to rip that to shreds. No, we got out in one piece. I'm just praying that I don't turn onto this dirt road. I'm just hoping that my memory's all wrong and it's not the road I'm thinking it is. If it's the road I'm thinking it is, then we're going to be stuck. I can guarantee it. What time is it? Oh, it's gone 5 o'clock in the day. We're going to be doing this in darkness. Oh, Jesus. That might have been a red light there. I couldn't see over the trees. That was my excuse, officer. You need to trim those trees back a bit, make the lights a bit more visible. Now the question is also, it's Thursday and game time, and we have to be there by Friday, what's that, 11:15 at night or something. That's a bit of a drop down there. There's no crash barrier or nothing. So if you get a wee bit excitable driving in this part of the road, a serious accident could occur. Yeah, it's not the dirt road, but it's not a heck of a lot better. Now the good thing is if you can go over to the wrong side of the road in time, the AI drivers will slow down and stop, and then you can get past them. Now this is a mountain roads mod that's added to this map, that adds all these extra mountain roads to it. It's not just the ATMX map on its own, it has to have the mountain roads mod added with it. Look at this thing trying to turn. You've got to use the whole road. Now that AI driver there, he's decided he's going to wait. Tight bend again. Yeah, that's one tip for this part of the map. Make sure you get over to the wrong side of the road in good enough time for coming to one of these bends, because you might end up colliding with an oncoming truck if you come to the bend at the same time, and then you'll never get round it with a trailer this size. And the daylight is pretty much gone, as quick as it came. I think that's us through the worst of it. We've got through in one piece. Just as well we took that top up of fuel.
ready to turn left.
Now, this is this another curious part of the map? Right, is this the one that's got the level crossing when we turn left here? If it has, I don't think this level crossing ever works and the barrier stays down completely all the time, constantly. Let's have a look. It looks suspiciously like it may well be, because this is where we're going to the ferry and there's a level crossing here and it never ever changes and I just drive through it. I mean, the bell's constantly ringing and you can sit there but a train never comes. I've never seen one yet. Now, where the hell's the ferry? That's not it. Trying to remember where the thing is. There it is up there. Right, well, so that's 8 o'clock at night. We'll see how long the ferry trip takes. It should take a fair chunk, because we've still got 880 miles in the GPS. So I would expect this to be a bigger lump of mileage it's going to take off. Now the question is though, is what bloody ferry do I take? That's Mountain Roads. Hang on. Let's come out of that and go to the map and have a look and see where it goes. Right, so it's not going to there, it's going over to here. And what's that called? Something West. I can't see where the bloody thing's going. Right, I need to move my wheel, just give me a minute. I don't want to go on the wrong bloody ferry. Right, get that out of the way. Right, so that's El Chino Esprino, and the other one's just Mountain Roads. El Chino Esprino. Now, why aren't they bloody well named? Right, so that's going over to that one. I don't want that one. I want the one that's going that way. Right, let's have a double check. Get rid of that to make sure. Oh shit, wrong thing again, hang on. Bugger. Get out bloody way. Right, so that one's going down the way. We don't want that one. That's that one there that's taking you over to El Chino. So it's not that one we want, it's the other one. Right, got it now. I know what I'm doing now. Right, so we want we want the Mountain Roads one. Right, so it's, what was it, 8 o'clock at night? See what time of day we arrive here at. Well, that's 2:45 in the morning. Right, now we might have another problem depending on how we've spawned here. We might have spawned the wrong way around again, so we need to double check that. Get the wheel back across. Well, I haven't a clue where we're going here. And the road's behind us, so the way I see it, we need to turn round. And hopefully we don't turn around into anything, because I cannot see a single thing. Only what's in front of me. We'll go round this way anyway. Fingers crossed we're going the right direction. The road seems to be ahead of us anyway. Oh, don't tell me this is a dirt road, is it? Oh, this is the one I've been dreading. I think it is. Oh, and it's, what time is it? Did I say? We're 2:45 in the morning. Well, at least by the time we get halfway through this, it may well have a bit of a light. We've only got what? We've only got 85 miles to go. We're pretty much there. No, wait a minute. Aye, 85 miles, right. But we're going to struggle here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm confused again. Back onto asphalt. Oh no, this road I think this road is okay. It's just on the side of the mountain, but it's just a pretty good road. But the problem is am I going to get up it? How many gears can I drop down to get up this thing? This is a lot. This is not the road I thought it was. Thank God. I thought when we started driving on that dirt bit there, I thought we were doomed. We might make this. And we've only got up here and around the corner, and that's us pretty much there, I think. Well, this has turned out a lot better than I thought it would. No actual major disasters like I normally have. Or I'm attempting fate. Because we haven't stopped climbing yet. Well, this won't be a reverse part, this thing, it's too long, so it'll just be a drive straight in, I would assume. Now where the hell's the road going? Black. Oh, that was easy. Oh dear, I might have spoke too soon. I might have spoke too soon here. Oh dear. Go on. Get up there. Do not stall on this damn thing. I'll never move again. And I've got to take this wide enough to get round without hitting the mountainside, the inside with this trailer. I'm just looking at the squiggles ahead, I don't like the look of them. Oh no, oh no. Got to stay wide, don't let that trailer catch you. the edge of that cliff. Bloody darkness. When's daylight coming? What time is it? 4:47. There should be bloody daylight by now. Scary down there. Nice and wide. Oh dear. Uh-oh. This could be nasty. How much fuel have I got? I mean, if I hadn't refueled there, I can assure you would have ran out of fuel. Oh, is this back end going to catch coming around this bend? And we need to get inside here as well. I just wish I was doing this in daylight, it'd be a lot easier. Get up there. Go, 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 go. Foot to the floor. Keep going. Do not stall on me, please. I sat here for 25 minutes or half an hour on the last trip I did with a smaller trailer and a more powerful truck, and I got stuck. Although I have to say it was a smaller trailer, but it was a heavier load than what this was. And this is heavy enough. I think that is maybe it, is it? I mean, we only had how many miles to go with 80? We've only got about 40 left now, we're surely about there. Get the acceleration going to get up the hill. That'll do, that's us there pretty much. Left turn up ahead.
Get ready to turn left.
Keep the brakes going. A lot of weight behind us pushing us down the hill.
Turn left. Good
afternoon. We're almost there. You've joined at the right time, the very end of the stream. Well, this thing that I'm hauling at the moment is part of the Forest Machinery DLC. I bought that a few weeks back. So you've got the big heavy logger thing that's in the back of this trailer as part of it. But these last 40 miles are dragging on. There's still 24 miles to go. Come on, get up there. Yeah, we're over 200 odd there a wee little while back. We're right down to what, 187 or 167? Because as I say, the fuel just gets swallowed up. Oh, here we are in Noodle. This is where we drop off the trailer, but we've still got another 20 odd miles to go yet. Now how come there's a speed limit on this part of the dirt road but there wasn't a speed limit on the rest of it? Who are they trying to kid? And the other part of the road was a lot more bloody hazardous than this was. Well, I can see a bit of daylight now, just coming over the horizon. I better have the lights on just to see what's coming up ahead here, because this looks a wee bit twisty.
Get ready to turn left.
Right now.
Turn left.
Oh, I think we're on to what you would call a highway now. Right, anything coming that way? Well, she's no doing me any favours at all. She's just sitting there staring like a zombie. I think we're okay to go. Oh, we're still on a single track road. Well, it's a wee lake, I think it is anyway. Yep. Keep the momentum going. Keep going. Shit. Right. Oh, there's a twin lane highway now. Thank God. Now, where do we go? Well, we're back to normal now. Back to civilization.
Get ready to turn right.
Here we are, it's in there somewhere.
Turn right.
Right, now I think it might be a good idea to zoom in on the map to see exactly where we're going here. That's it up there.
Right.
I'm going to have to go over to the right hand side. We'll never get in. We will never get in. mean, look at where the thing's supposed to park. It's supposed to park there. Jesus. We're only going to get one shot at this. And the other problem is this digger's going to catch the building. Or this logger thing, whatever the hell it is again. That's never going to make it. Right. I'll just hit the X button. I was never ever going to be able to reverse back out of there and get back in a straight line. Absolutely no room to do it. So, let's have a quick recap. I'm surprised we got there without any damage. I'll look at the map. Not the job market. The map. And we started at Bellingham, and where the hell did we start again? I've totally forgotten. It wasn't, no, at Bellingham is where we ended up going to. Where did we pick up the trailer? You know what, I've totally forgotten where we picked up the trailer. It was in there somewhere. No, tell a lie, it was there. That's where we were. We picked up the trailer there. And then we could have went the conventional route down that single track road, which looked worse than the road that I chose. There's a hidden road out of that side, and that takes you down into Bellingham, and you have to just manoeuvre your way past the barriers that block the road, but it gets you onto the main route, which takes you south, and then you make your connection onto the ATMX Mexico map, and then you end up getting there. So that was what, a good 2 hours at least or more for that one. And with that, folks, I am starving. I am going to get something to eat big time. I am really hungry, and I will leave you. Thank you for your company, guys, and I will see you again very soon. I'm thinking probably Friday will be the next time we'll see you, and hopefully that'll be for the 10 ball Masters final. It may well be Friday at 7 PM, it could be Friday at 9 AM, I don't know, but we'll get that confirmed for you hopefully. But until we meet again, take care, stay safe, keep your distance, wear your masks, and I'll see you again soon.